What is good, YouTube? This is Data Boy, the TCG analyst. Happy Friday. Hope you all get through this last workday into the weekend. Today we're going to be talking about Ascended Heroes. It's so amazing to see prices so strong with the demand so high for this specialty set. And today we'll go through some prices of slabs and sealed products, and I'll try to give some reasoning on why prices are so high for this set, and why the prices aren't coming down despite, historically cards and sealed prices for a new set should be coming down right about now. Let's start off first discussing this Zekrom PC stamp promo. As you see, this is the Pokemon Center exclusive promo with the Pokemon Center stamp down here. This auction still has 5 days left, and we're at a whopping $1,200 with 18 bids. Now look at the pop for this. PSA 10 pop of 1 out of a total 15 PSA pop. Now I imagine this will actually go up as time passes. I'm sure there's a lot of backlog at PSA right now, but that translates to a gem rate of 6.7%, and no wonder why this price is so high for this slab. Now, we know what low gem rate stamped promos can do. Like if you look at the Bulbasaur here, it recently shot up to around $800 market price. And what do you know? Enhanced booster box topper from the Mega Evolution booster box, 8.8% gem rate here. And that explains these prices. For the Charmander too, for Obsidian Flames PC stamped Charmander, PSA 10 prices of around $3,000. Gem rate for this, 9%. So it kind of makes sense that we're starting off really high for a PSA 10 price for this specific slab. And it's clear that the gem rates are going to be very low, even though the sample size is very small. Early patterns indicate that this is definitely one to watch out for. Now, I wouldn't say you should get on this specific listing and try to outbid everyone with 5 days remaining, but the prices are going to be high for this one. Now, I wanted to go into some slabs here. Gold Charizard from Ascended Heroes, PSA 10 copy, selling for $5,300. That is insane. Now, I do want to note the gem rate for this is very low at around 24%, as is the case with all of these gold cards. I think there is a lot of issues with print quality for these gold cards and the gold foil, so keep that in mind. Moving on to the Mega Gengar. Still holding strong at $3,100 with the PSA 10 pop at 652. That is a 70% gem rate. Despite these high gem rates, this card is still holding strong at $3,100. I believe it did drop from around $3,400 a couple of weeks ago, but still very sticky prices at the top. Moving on to the Pikachu and the Forest. Personally, one of my favorites in the set. Recently sold for $2,500 with a gem rate of around 75%. PSA 10 pop is around 300. So again, high gem rates, still high prices. Something very interesting to note there. Mega Dragonite, $1,900, almost $2,000, with a PSA 10 pop of 300. That is around a 70% gem rate. So again, very strong for this card. Team Rocket's Mewtwo at $1,300. The gem rate for this is also very high at around 76%. The Terrestrial Crown Pikachu, the pink Pikachu, is at 66% gem rate and recently sold for around $1,200. So high prices. I guess the gem rates don't matter for this set. The demand is so strong, it seems. Moving on to even the Psyduck. This is, mind you, this is an illustration rare card, and it is a beautiful art. And Psyduck is always very popular, but $885 for an illustration rare PSA 10 slab. The gem rate for this is still high at around 71%. So it really goes to show how much demand there is for this set. People just want it despite these high prices so early into the set. Now, the last one I wanted to discuss is this Mega Attack Rare Dragonite. even the mega attack rares, which are much easier to pull rates are on par with regular art rares and other sets. And as you can see, with the total PSA 10 pop of around 150, still selling for $400. Now, this card has a gem rate of around 83%. So, from what we just discussed, one thing is clear. The print quality for this set seems to be extremely good. The QC must have been great. I don't know what changed. Now, I do worry about people buying into these slabs so early. And I know the prices are very sticky at the moment. As you can see, let's take a look at the Gengar. Prices, we kind of started off at $3,400, kind of held still for a while. And we do see it coming down, but not as much as some other cards that should be coming down more significantly at a faster rate for a PSA 10 copy or even a raw copy. Raw copies are actually going up in price. We moved from high 900s back up to well over $1,000. So, what I want to discuss here, I believe that there are a ton of Ascended Heroes cards still at PSA to be graded. And, and that is why I would not suggest getting into these Ascended Heroes slabs now. And especially with the high gem rates that we just discussed. I think the PSA 10 pop is bound to go up over the next few months. And I think patience is key here. I understand these prices aren't coming down too quickly, and they're even going up in certain instances. But I do think there is, PSA is definitely going through a backlog of orders. I personally submitted 2 different grading orders through them back a couple of months ago. One of them just started processing. So I think there's definitely a huge backlog, so that's something to consider. I do see these coming out very slowly and gradually rather than huge amounts of PSA 10 slabs at the same time. And with the high gem rates, prices are bound to go down. Now, I don't know, because these slabs will come in different waves, kind of slower waves. I don't know if that's going to really put a downward pressure on the prices, but yeah, the waved release of these products is really keeping slab prices sticky as well. Let's check kind of like the sealed products. The regular Elite Trainer box, we're now moving back up to $125 after hitting that low $100 low point. Even with the PC ETBs, now these are skyrocketing. I don't even know what's happening here. A couple of videos ago, I kind of discussed how I went into 10 of these PC ETBs at around, I believe, like 260 cost basis on average, and look at what it's doing now. And I think I made a good choice there. We'll see how this plays out, but this goes to show how strong the demand is. The volume rates for these PC ETBs are strong too, still, over 30 selling per day. I also want to move to the premium poster collection. This is the Lucario, Mega Lucario version. These just came out, but I think there's something wrong with the market prices there. If you see more data here, it's around $120 market price. With the Gardevoir version as well, $120 market price, but I do see these ticking up a little bit. Let's look at the sales here. Yeah, still around $120. And, this is a collection box that has 10 packs in it, so people are going to want to kind of get this product to actually rip. Despite this, the prices are still very sticky, and I would have guessed that we would hit a lower point than $108, especially for this Mega Gardevoir version, but that's proving not to be the case as prices are creeping up slowly. I don't know if that's because of bots and hoarders and sealed collectors kind of holding them for the long run, but the demand is far outweighing the supply. So that's also something I wanted to know. These waived release of products is really messing up PSA 10 prices as well. And I truly am afraid that some people are going to get hurt going too early into these PSA 10 slabs. Traditionally, for other sets, PSA 10 slabs come down much quicker in price. But after around a month or so, we're still seeing prices extremely sticky. And these wave releases that Pokemon Company decided to do is a part of the reason why. So I think with Ascended Heroes, you just really need to wait it out a little longer, more than you would with most other sets, in my opinion. And another thing to know, we don't even have the bundles yet, which is usually the go-to product for actually ripping packs. And once those bundles come out, I believe early next month, which is April, I think we'll get a lot more cards graded, a lot more cards ripped, and we'll see what happens. But my advice to you, hold steady. Don't get into the PSA 10 slabs yet. With the high gem rates, the highest gem rates I've seen for English cards in a while. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen these high gem rates to begin with. With the high gem rates and the wave releases and the PSA backlog in terms of grading happening, you know, you just gotta wait it out. It is not the right time to go into these slabs yet, and you might get FOMO, you might get price upticks for the Mega Gengar or Mega Dragonite, so on and so forth, but don't FOMO in. There will be patience required, at least for this set, due to the high demand and number of other kind of variables, including booster bundles not coming out yet, wave releases making everything slower, and keeping prices high, and the PSA 10 copies not coming out as quickly due to the PSA backlog that they're experiencing right now. So that's all I wanted to discuss today. Demand is clearly high for this set. Supply is not enough to quench the demand. And yeah, I mean, this set is currently stronger than any other Scarlet and Violet era sets that we've seen so far, even more so than Prismatic Evolutions. We'll see what they do with reprints, but it's too early for that, and that's exactly why you should wait it out a little longer before you get into some of these PSA 10 slabs. Sealed products, I'm not sure what's happening, and prices tend to move a lot less, but this Mega Gengar is still at 3100 PSA 10. It's a no-go for me. So just watch out, make smart choices, don't be over leveraged and get into debt for buying Pokemon cards, especially in the slab world. Have a great rest of your Friday, have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.